Can
she'll be able to
it?
hear it. Just
Okay.
don't worry about it.
Just
Okay.
asking.
Okay. Just let me do my show.
I am.
Okay, so sit over there and shut up. Anyway,
See, folks, this is
our number, if you don't have it, is it's an easy Skype number to remember. You just call Gabnet Live. That's the number you call. And we start off with Mark Thorner as the first person here, and then we're joined by Josh Wheeler. And Mark, who was I? You were the one I was going to ask about.
He's still alive.
Zachary is still alive.
Now, for some reason, and don't ask me how I might know this little bit of information, he might be living up in the Upper East Side.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's in his 90s now,
Yeah, well,
too.
I heard that, and then I wondered just now, is he alive? You don't know. So anyway, let me just tell everybody who we've got here. We've got Tony Magno. Hello, Tony.
Hey.
We got Rob's out there. Hello, Rob.
Hey there, Alex.
Phil Myers out there. Patrick's out there. Let's see, who else? Josh is out there. And but anyway, let's get back to Mark here a second. So Zachary is still alive.
He's still alive.
95.
Let's explain who John Zachary is, because the problem is that people with radios in those days in various cities, they were big stars in each town, and they were great, big stars. I mean, big, huge, giant, humongous radio stars. But then you would leave beyond the city limits, and nobody knew who the hell they were, right? So that being the case. A guy like John Zachary, he was huge here, right? Maybe isn't known elsewhere, but the New York market, where he made an impact. And he was one of these guys who would host horror movies on what, Saturday night was it? What night of the week?
He started in
Chiller Theater.
He started in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
under the name Roland.
Uh-huh.
And when he got to New York, he had to change it to Zachary.
I'm wondering, I'm trying to remember if his name was really actually John Zachary.
I think
Yes, it
I
was,
think
but
it was.
it didn't end with a Y.
Yes, that's correct.
Oh, it ended with an E.
Yeah.
I see. Zachary. By the way, Rick, we can't see you for some reason.
Oh, we'll fix that right now.
You'll fix that. Now, because tonight's TV night.
Of course.
And everybody has to see. Look, everybody can see Rick and his lovely wife, Teresa. They're there together. How are you, kids?
Hello.
And welcome to the dating game, the newlywed game.
We decided to have wild monkey sex tonight in honor of you, Alex.
I don't know why I call it wild monkey sex, but I guess monkeys do have wild sex.
I would think.
Hanging from the lights and the walls, huh?
Don't they throw feces around?
And then you top it off with a banana. What could be better?
Do you ever see they have documentaries about bonobos?
Bonobos, yeah.
They're crazy.
Bonobos.
They haven't gay sex. They're doing all
The
kinds of
problem with a
smutty
bonobo is I can never look at a bonobo and not think Jimmy Durante.
You're right.
Now, Jimmy Durante, for more people who don't know who I'm talking about, was a performer who was, by the way, the mob's favorite comedian. They used to love him. That's why he always played the the Copacabana, which was all mobbed up in those days. And Jimmy Durante had this big nose, and talk like this, right? And huh? What were you gonna? What did you say, Teresa?
Didn't he do that like cha 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 thing or
Yeah.
whatever? Right?
Well, I'll tell you a story. My father had this big nose on him. My father had really, I would say, one of the classic big noses of all time. And that's why I relate to bonobos. And he was working with Durante once. And Durante, who also, the big thing about Durante was they called him the schnoz because he had this big nose. And he walked by my father, and he stopped for a moment, and then he did that slap he used to do on his side, and he looked at my father and went, I'm jealous.
Good one.
So that's my Jimmy Durante story about my father. But anyway, the bonobo always reminded me of Jimmy Durante. They just got that big, silly nose. Well, that's our discussion for tonight, folks, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I know it wasn't political, but who cares?
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's Friday. Who cares?
Yeah. Hey, I think, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A full house, ladies and gentlemen. Give yourself a big round of applause.
Less than 10 minutes.
And we probably have 9 people listening. So, you know. Like, I got the TV on now. You know what's strange about the TV thing? I got the TV thing on now. There are only 5 people watching it. But over the week, do you know how many people watch that damn TV thing? Between one thing and another, 400 people watched it last week.
Oh.
You
That's
know?
not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. You know, so.
Did Zachary do the song "The Monster Mash"?
No.
Did he do a version of it? No.
He did do a version of it, yes.
But Gary Pickett was the guy that had the
Listen,
Get Out.
Boris, what was his name?
Bobby Pickett.
Bobby Boris.
Boris Bobby Pickett, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Zacherle's radio was stolen when he came to Brooklyn College. He visited the radio station there, WBCR. And my only Zachary story is that I know that his AM/FM radio was boosted out of his car when he visited.
Well, Zach and I were really good friends because we worked at WPLJ together. He had worked for a while at WNEW. And what I always loved about Zachary is he would, he did the TV thing. He did the horror movies, and that was what he was known for. But then in later years, when the TV stuff wasn't working, he went into radio and became a disc jockey, and people loved him, just loved him. Mm-hmm. And I loved him. He's a great guy. But he would always talk like this on the air, kind of like this. He was always kind of like mumbling in a way.
All the weather, WPLJ, all the weather.
And he would always mumble like this. And they had Allison Steele on the station with him at NEW, and she was called the Nightbird.
Yeah.
But Zach would mumble, right? And if you listen closely, he used to refer to her as, next up after me is Allison Steele, the Night Turd. I always loved him for that. But anyway, he came over to WPLJ, and we became good friends. And one day we decided to go out to the beach together. I don't know why, but here's this horror show host and me going out to the beach. And I don't know, we go out to Long Island somewhere, and we go to some beachside community to go get like a hot dog or something. And we're sitting there having a hot dog together, and all of a sudden these girls are staring at us, and he looks over at me and goes, I think they just saw a horror show host and a talk show guy.
So his entire conversation, his entire demeanor is exactly the same when he goes through life.
Oh yeah. But I mean, just a wonderful guy. So I wondered if he's still alive. Gee, I should try to look him up. He's not that much older than I am. What did you say? 90?
95.
95.
95 years old.
95.
Wow. Oh, you just looked it up, did you, Jim?
I sent it to you on Facebook earlier. I sent you a link in the messages when you were first talking about him.
Yeah. Do you remember John Zachary, Tony?
You know what? No, I maybe I was too young.
How old are you?
I'm 45.
Yeah, 45. That'd probably be too old already.
I do remember on NEW when I was a kid, because I used to call the radio station.
Yeah.
I think I remember, what's his name? Scott Muni, Scotzo. Yeah. I remember listening to him. I know Richard Neer was there, and I forgot some of the other ones. Carol Miller, I don't know if she was on NEW or not.
Yeah, no, these are all people that came later. These are all the kids, you know.
Okay, yeah.
Used to host, after Zach left.
Central Park. Oh, I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, after Zachary left the radio full time, he came back every year to host the Halloween show on, I think it was PLJ.
Yeah, but he would also do a TV show too, I think.
Right.
It was kind of like, I remember with Zach, Halloween was like his night to make money.
Right.
Yep.
And then it became Elvira.
Yeah, and every market had a horror show host, and the reason was the cheapest films that TV stations could buy up in those days were the old horror films, the B movie horror films, and so they would just get some guy to go on and show these stupid, horrible movies. But if they got the right guy, people would watch it for the wraparounds and not for the movie. And I remember that there was a guy down in Philadelphia, and I'm trying to remember his name now, but he became Anderson. First
Chicago,
name,
actually.
Ernie Anderson?
Ernie Anderson. And
The
Ernie
announcer.
Anderson became the voice of ABC, if you remember
Yes, that's right.
correctly.
And the father of Paul Thomas Anderson, the director.
Is he really?
Ah, I know that.
And he was the host of horror films. Wait a minute. I have to get rid of Charlene. Sorry,
Too many
Charlene.
people.
Goodbye. Because I put on one person too many, and then everybody froze up. So we'll have to wait now for everybody to start everybody's cameras to start again. Plus, she'll go to sleep anyway. It doesn't matter. There she is now. I think we lost Phil there, but I think he'll be coming back.
They're back.
Huh?
I see Rick's
Teresa
back.
Phil's still kind of out there in and Mark, you're still whirling around, and Tony, you're still whirling around. When you talk about the early, but Ernie Anderson was the host down in Philadelphia, and he became a major announcer. So he's Paul Thomas Anderson's father.
Yep.
Son of a bitch.
Yep.
Okay. That's good to know. Are you still there? Are you there, Phil? Phil's got a problem here. Oh, there we go. He's coming back.
There he is.
Yeah. And Tony should be coming back into view shortly, too. In case people don't know, the reason why we care about the video, especially tonight, is that we are actually simulcasting this on live stream. You go to livestream.com new.livestream.com/A Bennett, and there you can see me and all my crazies here live.
Did you add one more person, or the 11th?
What?
Did you add the 11th person?
Yeah, it was Charlene. But I don't feel bad about getting rid of her. Number one, she doesn't call that often, and secondly, when she does, she never says anything and then falls asleep. There's nothing worse than trying to do your best possible show here and then look at one of these frames of people and they're dead asleep. Exactly. Mark, we're starting to restart your camera. You do the same thing, Tony.
That's weird
I don't
because
see you, Alex, either.
You can't see me?
Yeah, Alex, you're swirling around.
I see myself.
Hold on a second. I'll turn myself back on again. How's that? Am I coming back?
Yeah, it's still not on yet, but you'll get there, I think.
As Tony and Mark.
Yeah.
Can you see me, guys?
No, I can't see you.
I just restarted. I see myself.
Yeah, I just restarted mine too.
Yeah. No.
I'll restart the.
Give it a moment. I think it takes a little while for it to come back.
Yeah. Well, anyway, thanks, Charlene. We really appreciate that. Of course, who's the idiot?
The whole show.
Who's the idiot? Me. Anyway, can you see me yet, everybody?
Nope.
Not yet.
Nope.
Not
yet.
Oh, now you can see me, Jim?
No.
No.
I can't see you. I can't see you, Mark, or Tony.
Son of a
That's
bitch.
weird. I can see.
I can see myself.
Wait a minute. You can see me, Rob?
No, I can't.
No. Who said they could see me?
I can't see it.
Nobody can see me.
No.
Nobody can see
I
you.
can see myself.
Okay, I'm turning my video off, and I will turn it on again.
I'm going to do the same.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Off.
Yeah.
There's Alex.
Okay.
Did I come on now?
Yeah,
Alex is on now.
Isn't
So
technology
we'll wait for the
wonderful?
Yeah.
Isn't
Go back to terrestrial radio.
What? Go back to
Let's go back to terrestrial radio.
Yeah, let's
so we
go
don't have to worry
back
about
to
this.
terrestrial
Take
radio.
phone
No
calls.
cameras, though.
Huh?
No cameras at all, though. This is cool.
What do you mean no cameras at all?
If you go back to terrestrial radio, it'll just be phone calls. You don't get the nice.
Yeah.
The camera.
I like seeing the people who call this program.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because it makes me feel better about the way I look. No, I like
me,
I like looking at the people on this show because also you're frozen up still, Patrick. For some reason.
Well, I've got his still picture.
Yeah, he still got the Death Star ball gag.
Yeah.
There. But that's so hilarious to look at. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, no, it's. Oh, there we go. There's
Mark's
Mark.
back.
Mark.
Yeah.
That's
Still
interesting.
waiting on Tony.
Oh, and Charlene is trying to call back again.
She should know better.
Charlene Gayavec.
Well, you notice she's probably not listening to the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's calling, so she doesn't know what's going on.
Well, she's got to do it. She's got to call, otherwise she's not going to be able to go to sleep tonight. So.
Or her sedative.
Yeah. So anyway, where were we? We were talking about the horror show host. So there was one in every market, and you had Elvira, and you had oh god.
Well, hell, the original one out in California, Vampira.
Yes, who was, in case people don't know who that was, she was in Plan 9 from Outer Space.
That's right.
Yeah, that was Vampira, and
she would host this one. This one wasn't a vampire-like person, but we had Carol Doda, who was for Channel 36. Do you remember? Were you out here then when Carol Doda was the?
You see, you don't remember me at Channel 36, do you?
I know you were on. You were Captain UHF on Channel 20.
That's correct. I was Captain UHF. Yes, I did exactly what Zachary did for horror movies. I did for science fiction.
That's right.
That's right.
And I would wear this helmet. I still own it with a propeller on the top.
Ed Norton from the Honeymooners.
Put it on for TV.
And I think I had some really lame puppets. That
maybe.
Yeah.
I know that we used to watch afterwards. You had a list of what time your spots were going to be on, and we would watch. 7:08. You had the.
Well, here was the story. Here's a funny story. I was doing this show every week called Captain UHF, and I would go in there, and I remember one thing. The boss, Jim Gabbert, had a dog, and it was this big, almost like it looked like a wolf, okay, or maybe even worse, right? And I had a puppet that I used. And it wasn't meant to be used well. I would have the puppet on my hand, and you would see part of my arm, and you'd see me move my lips when I talked, all of that. All right, eggs are ready. One day I'm getting ready to do the show. And this fucking dog of Gabbert's grabs the puppet, Mr. Rabbit, okay, and walks away with my puppet.
He probably ripped it.
And so
his puppet.
So I went chasing the dog around the studio, and he's having a grand old time with this rabbit in his mouth. He thinks he just went out and made a kill or something. And I find I'm grabbing the rabbit out of his mouth. Give me that, you son of a bitch, and everything. And everybody's going, that's Jim's dog. Don't talk to him that way. I said, what is he, the fucking general manager? Well, here was the funny thing about Channel 36. And it was Channel 20. It wasn't 36. I did another show for 36. Yeah. But that was just, forget it. I don't even want to get into that. But anyway, so it was Channel 20, and I don't know if I'm telling tales out of school, but Jim was gay. Not just a little gay. He was really, really gay, okay? But he didn't want anybody to know it, right? So
Did you ever go out on his boat?
Yes.
And you didn't know?
Well, no, I got the general idea one day when I went in there, and they were remodeling Channel 20 because it had been an old warehouse, and now they were spiffing it up so it became kind of a decent-looking business place. And there are all these guys working, hammering nails into the wall, but they're wearing coveralls with shirts off, and they're all blonde-haired, blue-eyed, and it's oh, that's what he's doing here. It was like you could have made like a gay porn film out of that thing, and they thought I was gay. So one day I'm talking to one of these guys, and I'm going, so my girlfriend and I went out last week, and he says, your girlfriend? And I went, yeah, my girlfriend. He says, you're straight? I said, yeah, anything wrong with that? He says, not really, no. He said, but you're straight. I said, yeah. I swear to you, the next week they canceled the show. Because I wasn't gay. I didn't fit in. So, you know. Could I have sued for discrimination?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You wouldn't get a court in California to hear it, or in San Francisco.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Well, it's got to have been some reverse discrimination like that.
Yeah.
Now, Jim, why are you wearing dark glasses tonight? Did you go to the eye doctor and he put some drops in your eyes? What happened there?
My glasses haven't arrived. These are prescription, so I can see the screen.
Wow.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, these were the ones. Is this under the health plan up in Canada that you got these glasses?
No. These are prescription sunglasses that I have.
Yeah, but your prescription glasses, which you bought last week in, where was it, Camel Toe?
I ordered them in Kamloops, and they should be here on Monday.
And in the meantime, you don't have another pair you can wear?
I have, but they're not an old prescription, but they're not that. I was doing some stuff on the computer, and they're kind of old, and so these actually give me the best sight on the computer at the moment while I was doing some show prep. So
yeah, but they do give you the best possible. Yeah. All right. Okay.
I still see. I can see this with the other ones. Everything's kind of blurry because they're old frames and lenses.
Now, do you want to tell everybody today what happened with you? The big interview. He's going to get some big press very shortly.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Big press.
Revelstoke Times.
And in fact, I had to do an interview. You ruined the story, Dan.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Pretend I didn't say it.
Yeah. Pretend he didn't say it.
Where's David?
Huh?
Where's David?
Yeah.
David
suddenly disappeared. Anyway,
David will put him in his place.
Yeah, David.
tell him who. Forget what Dan.
Been vindicated.
Oh,
right
where's
now.
David? Yeah, we need a replacement for Dan. Jim, tell him who interviewed you. Everybody forget what Dan said, okay?
Okay.
Go ahead. Tell him who interviewed you.
I was interviewed by the Times.
By the Revelstoke Times.
Oh, no, the New York Times. Yeah, no, the Revelstoke Times Review.
The Revelstoke Times Review. If it's news and it fits, it prints. Is that what their motto is?
Hey, things have quieted. They used to publish twice a week, but now they've gone back to once a week.
Now, what's the difference between that and the Weekly Shopper?
We have that too.
You have that too.
That's one guy. This is more than one guy. The Revelstoke Times Review has like 5 guys.
Yeah, but so how many guys actually work the Revelstoke Times Review?
5.
5.
Yeah,
5 guys.
5 guys.
Somebody like that, like the
Phil's got
hamburger
the 5
joint.
guys cup.
And I had to tell them the other day that Warren Buffett came to town.
Yeah, Warren Buffett did come to town.
Yeah, and I had to tell them that.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, really?"
They didn't know?
No.
Did the guy come by and wear a little hat with press in it and stuff like that,
No. So he came by today to the
you said to me earlier on today when we were talking behind everybody's back, since they talk behind ours.
That's right.
That you that you don't think he understood anything of what you were doing.
I just don't. I didn't say that. I said I don't think he got it. He listened to Adventure Night the other night, and I think that's an awkward. If that was the first thing he ever heard, I don't know if he'll truly get what I do, kind of thing.
Yeah.
He said listen to some archive stuff, but Adventure Night is a little different.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So you don't know. Okay.
We'll see what happens on Wednesday when it's written.
It took me a few shows to figure out exactly what you were all about. I was like, what's he trying to do here? And then all of a sudden, wow.
It's the most brilliant radio ever.
Yeah. I mean, the tremendous amount of talent to be able to just take you someplace. And I think I told you this when we chatted on Skype once. I can't tell sometimes when you're telling the truth.
I'm always telling the truth.
Or when you're in your theater of the mind.
I swear it's the truth.
Well, here's the thing that's kind of strange. He then asked me, so how many people hear him every month, or hear him? So I actually pulled
You embellished.
I didn't embellish. I actually can look up the number of times people hit his XML file, which is the file that tells all the shows that he has. Now, that doesn't mean they push any of the buttons, but they check his XML file. And I checked, and then this guy asked me, and I said, oh, he has about 12,000 iTunes people checking in on him every month. He did that in July. And then I realized I was wrong, because actually it's 18,000. And Jim, he asked Jim the same question, and Jim thought he was lying, and he said to him 9,000.
No, I thought I said 7,000. I said 7,000.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and I thought, I think it's 7,000.
Yeah, and then you should have, just so he could understand it fully, you should have said to him, you know, that's more people than there are in Revelstoke.
Well, hopefully he knows that part.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah. So,
by the way, I don't know what any of those numbers translate into, folks.
Yeah.
So don't even.
How does that compare to the sign?
Huh?
The Revelstoke sign. You said there's a website for the sign. How many hits did they get?
I don't know how many they get.
You know, Alex, I find it interesting. You say that you don't know what those numbers translate into, but for years and years and years, you lived and died by the Arbitron ratings, and you really didn't know what those numbers translated into either. It's just a measurement. You don't really know how accurate they were, and with the people meter, we've possibly found out that it probably weren't very accurate. So it's just a a rating of some kind, and the numbers are good.
Well, I mean, it's something. I don't know what it means exactly. It could mean that people, 18,000 people checked the HTML or the XML file, but they didn't. Maybe two of them pushed the button for Jim. I don't know. I have no idea. But those, of course, always very encouraging numbers. But I don't know. I'm just,
it's no different.
Let's not even get into it. I'm so depressed lately by it. We haven't heard from Josh this evening. We haven't heard from Patrick, two very quiet people who tomorrow night, by the way, will be doing their own private show at 10 o'clock Eastern Time.
With David, Checkmates.
Yeah.
It's a good name.
Yeah.
Well, it fit that we decided that for the weekend, just mash up.
Yeah.
What happened here?
What?
Okay. Oh, there we go. All of a sudden, my screen went black. For the weekend mashup, that David could be in charge because the name Checkmate makes sense. So, all it is just sitting around bullshitting about the topic. So,
yeah.
So
Well, that's what we do here anyway, isn't it?
pretty much. We just cover other stuff that I would miss during the week. Sometimes just very minuscule things.
Well, we could let the rewind start late, right? Right, Rob?
Look, in my mind, I'm no superstar. I would love it if we didn't have any rewinds. If we had programming that ran live all the time, goodbye, rewind.
No, but and maybe let you do a game show early. I mean, these are all suggestions from Jeff, who is our new program director here at the GabNet. What? What, Patrick?
You know what?
What? What?
I almost choked on my coffee when you said his name.
Yeah.
And what makes me sad
Yeah.
is last week I agreed with him on one thing on Albert's show, and I felt like I needed a shower afterward. On the end, so.
Oh boy, I loved hearing him tonight. And then you could do this, and then you do that, and and you can, Hey, anybody who wants this show for 2 hours, you got it. Take it, please.
Jeff and Doug.
Huh?
Jeff and Doug.
Jeff and Doug. Yeah. Oh, Jeff and Doug for 2 hours. Huh?
You know what? I would smash my fucking computer, and I would never listen to the network again. Never. Fuck it. And I know everything's gone to hell.
Well, but then I will have great relief, you see, because then I won't have to do a show every night, and
You'll have relief, and then I'll be out $2,000 or $3,000 on my computer.
Oh, because you ruined it. Well, I wouldn't break a computer over them.
What, my iPhone? That's $300.
Yeah, yeah. So you would break everything just to not have hear Jeff and Doug together.
Oh my God.
How about just one or the other?
I could deal with Doug.
You could deal with Doug.
I could absolutely.
Yeah, if I had to deal with one or the other, Doug would be my choice. Although, I don't think I'm forced to make a choice. Of course, can I tell you something? This is really I shouldn't say this.
Go.
You know what I'm going to say, Jim?
Yeah, I know.
About how stupid Doug is.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, Tony, start your camera again. You keep all I keep seeing is Kukla and Ollie.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I see myself though.
I know that doesn't matter.
Can you see me?
That's a reflection in the screen, Tony.
I don't know. It's starting again to whirl, but for some reason or another, it's not catching it. It doesn't matter. We love seeing. Here, I'll show the audience. There's Kukla and there's Ollie.
I got the DVD right here.
Huh?
I got my DVD right here too.
Yeah, but you can't show it to us because we can't see
you're
it.
right.
But anyway, Jim, you're laughing at it. A couple about what is it, 2-3 weeks ago, we changed our Skype number, and he's been blocked from the show. Doug, the only guy we blocked because he just ruins any show he's part of.
Is he trying to call in
Sabrina
now?
and Jason McKinney are calling.
I gotta go get ready for the show anyway.
Okay,
so
okay.
You continue, and then
all right.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Let me answer them. There we go. Hello, Samantha, Sabrina and Jason, are you there?
Hey, how's it going?
How you going? Well, I guess just Jason.
Just Jason, yeah.
Just Jason this evening. No, but what I was going to say is we went to a new Skype number, and I blocked him on the show. But I could only block him from that old Skype number. He's not blocked from this Skype number.
Oh, geez.
So I've been waiting for him to call so I could block him.
I've been waiting for him to
But
call
I
too.
can't. But I can't block him by calling him because then he'll think he's wanted.
Yeah.
So
if you call him, then he's
then he can get away. He could get away with calling Albert's show then.
Oh, he probably could. Yeah.
Yeah, he could call Albert's show.
Yeah, and if Albert will take Jeff, he'll take Doug, and then Patrick will break his radio or his computer.
I think I want to set up that show with me, Doug, and Jeff, all drunk off our ass, just to see Patrick flip out.
You need to have a 2-drink maximum.
Minimum.
But you know what? I don't think one half of that has to do with being drunk. I think it's just personality.
No, man, Doug was really cool when he wasn't drinking.
Yes.
Doug
he
was
wasn't
okay.
annoying
Doug
at all.
was okay when he wasn't drinking.
And he's very intelligent, too.
Yes.
He doesn't rub it off the right way, but he is very intelligent.
Really, you think so?
Yes.
I won't give him that, but I will say that he was manageable when he wasn't drinking. But he you could listen to him on Albert's show and he'd be moderately okay, right? Then you get to my show, you know he's kind of half-baked. By the time you get to calling Revelstoke Jim, he was almost you couldn't even understand what he was saying.
Babbling.
By the way, turn on some more lights in your room there, Jason, because we can't even see you. You look like...
It's a tribute to Zachary.
There we go.
Oh, the darkness.
There we go. Hey, what's the tattoo you've got there? Since this is TV night, that's what? What is that?
I don't know, man. It's something I drew up as a kid.
Oh, really?
But I always said, if you're ever going to have a tattoo, you should draw it up yourself and at least carry it around for 2 years before you ever get it.
In other words, look at it, make sure it's what you want.
Yeah, make sure it's something that you're going to want.
Yeah, yeah.
So those you only carried for one?
No, I carried those both for 2 years in my wallet and looked at them every single day before I ever got one.
And there's Sabrina next to you. Hi, Sabrina.
Hi, Sabrina, he says. Sorry, I have the earphones in so she can't hear.
Hi. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Great.
Yeah, we actually like it when he calls so we can see you. Anyway. Anyway, where were we? Oh, yes, Teresa.
I wish I had taken that advice. I did not do that with my tattoo. I was going through my divorce, and it was like a liberation thing, and I just went for it, designed something, and got it, and had no idea at the time that it was called a tramp stamp. And I did not. That's how naive I was back then. And one day, years later, bending over in front of one of my sons, and my son freaked out because his mother had a tramp stamp.
Well, my girlfriend, my wife, has a tattoo around her ankle. It's kind of like looks like a little, I don't know.
Ankle bracelet?
Kinda.
It's cute.
And it's got a name on it.
Ooh.
Buddy.
Her ex-husband?
I think I've never really asked her who Buddy was. But...
Been afraid to?
It always has bothered me that she didn't go somewhere and have it kind of erased out and put in Alex, you know? So what I figured I would do, you know this stuff, what do they call it? Something bomb.
Henna? The henna?
No, it's some kind of thing. It's called something bomb, tattoo bomb or something.
Okay, yeah,
and you take it and you put it on yourself every day and it makes tattoos fade. I was thinking like when she was asleep every night, I would go in there and like rub some of it on Buddy. So that eventually she'd look down there and go, what the fuck happened to Buddy? All these people who are getting these tattoos, these dumbass tattoos, are going to be sorry when they're older. Now, you know, his tattoos, he created them, he made them up, they have some meaning to him. You know, do you have any tattoos, Sabrina? Have you joined the tattoo club? What is that? That is a, this is TV?
Star.
It's a star. Is that it?
I was being rebellious.
Yeah, is that it, though?
That's it, yeah.
That's it, okay. And, of course, we got tramp stamp Teresa. I can't believe you have a tramp stamp.
Mine is a yin-yang. A yin and yang.
Yeah, I got you. Teresa, let's see. You're on TV.
Yeah.
Show everybody on TV.
You really want to see it?
Yeah, sure.
You're going to have to take your pants off. I don't think that's a good idea.
I don't have to take my pants off.
All she has to do is dip her pants down.
Exactly.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, because it's TV night, and all you people who aren't watching now on TV, you'll have to watch it on the replay. Let me see here. We got to get over...
You check first.
Oh, I have to look for... Yeah, okay, we could just see a little bit of crack.
Okay. Oh, there it is. There it is. Now what? Let me see here. Going closer. Oh, and that is what is that? What is that?
Is that a Batman?
Whoop, whoop.
Well, the yin yang is right there. It's
it's in the middle, and then there's like...
And then it tramp stamps out from there.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, were they called tramp stamps when you did it, or did they...
Evidently, I don't know. I didn't know. I just went and did it, like on a whim at New Hope, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, what I thought were the stupidest ones, you know, and then Pamela Anderson got one, and then everybody got one, were those slave bracelets around the arm. Those are going to look really good when she's like 80 and those arms of hers are turning into, flaps. there's going to be a big business probably within the next
Tattoo
10
removal.
years of tattoo removal. There already is.
It already
Can
is,
they
yeah.
take them off?
Huh?
Can they take them off?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Not very well.
Well, it depends.
so.
It depends on the tattoo and depends
The
on the color.
technology just jumped a lot in the last 3 years with tattoo removal. You know, before where it used to take 20 times of going in treatment, now you can go in 3 times and have it removed.
I think I saw some place they said where you go in once and they just zap it out. But there's a problem with. And I'm trying to remember what the colors are, but certain colors do not. You can get rid of black.
I want to say it's red.
I think it's red is very difficult to get rid of. If you go out and just get yourself a tattoo with black in it, you can probably get that removed.
Oh.
In fact, I think Buddy is written in black, if I'm not mistaken. So.
But I don't understand why people don't get a henna tattoo prior to getting an actual inked tattoo to see if they really want it.
Because nobody gets a tattoo unless they're drunk.
Oh.
Yeah.
How about when they get their names? You ever see these?
Well, not Jewish.
I mean, I remember when I was in the Navy.
Henna tattoos.
When I was
all over the Middle East,
when
they
I was
get the henna tattoos.
I was in the Navy and I was on a ship, and we slept in these bunk beds, right? And I had this guy below me. Most people are below
You had a guy
me.
below
Most people
you?
are below me, but this guy was definitely below me.
And the guy,
Thought I heard too.
Yeah. But anyway, it was below me, and he wakes up in the morning. He goes, "Oh my fucking Christ!" And I go, and I wake up and I look down. And I go, "What?" He said, "I felt this pain in my leg," and he said, "I got really drunk last night, so I thought maybe I got into a fight, and then I ripped this bandage off. Look, the Road Runner." I never, at that time in my life, I never met anybody ever got a tattoo sober. You know, they just got tattoos when they were drunk.
Both my tattoos were I was sober.
Sabrina, drunk at the time?
I was sober.
Oh, you were sober?
Sober.
Both of mine are sober.
Well, no, but yours are considered works of your own personal art. You know what I'm saying? So that makes a big difference. It makes a big difference than like. Okay, so I watch porn. I'll admit it. And there are a lot of tattoos in porn these days, and it makes me want to throw up. You know?
Yeah, I don't find it attractive either.
Well, I find it distracting when I'm trying to jerk off, and instead I'm trying to read what's written on the side of somebody. You know, and it usually, the most common one I think I've seen in porn? Carpe diem.
Oh, carpe diem.
Carpe diem. Oh, it means seize the day. Good, I'll do it. Or what is that? Oh, that's the Chinese symbol for fuck or something. I don't know.
Or they think that's what it is, but it's really something else.
Then
Eat at Joe's.
Yeah. And then there are people who go out and get so many piercings they look like they fell face down in a tackle box. You know.
You ever see like people have holes in areas too?
What?
They have like holes in their ears. I see them on the train a lot. Like they have it's like a circle with like a ring in it. They must punch their ear through like an ear place.
Oh, you mean with the big holes in the ears?
Yeah, it's like oh my god.
Who knows what a Prince Albert is?
I do.
Yeah.
It's a tobacco. It's the tobacco.
No. It's a
Prince
thing
Albert
they shove
can.
up their.
Prince Albert's not in the can.
Prince Albert is a stud going through the tip of one's penis.
Yes, I had no idea what that was.
Or a ring. Wait a minute. I think Mark Thorner says he has one. At least he's raised his hand.
No, I used to have one, but my wife didn't like it.
No. Does it help with an enlarged prostate?
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I think we got a winner here. Jason, you say you had one?
Yeah, I used to have one, but my wife didn't like it. She said it hurt.
It hurts a lot.
Okay, hold on a second. I'll get to you in a second, Mark, but you got to admit, this is fascinating, okay?
Yeah.
Why, Jason?
I would like it, but it actually hurt. So.
Okay, well, we'll get to that
I
in a
tried.
moment. But why did you get a Prince Albert? What possessed you to go in and say, "Oh, go ahead, drive it"? Did you have like the half Nelson where like went through one side of the opening and it was a ring, or did you have a stud going through the two of them? What?
It was a ring that goes through and then out the hole. It just really sucks when you're trying to go pee and you end up pissing
You have to sit down.
Look at Patrick. No, now the question is.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
I'm paralyzed. You could drive a railroad spike through my dick and I wouldn't feel it. But you know what? I wouldn't do it because even the thought of any. Fuck.
Okay, but here's the thing. Here's the thing.
My cousin, who is also paralyzed, he ended up getting it done before he became paralyzed or decided to become paralyzed.
Yeah.
He ended up going to a 0 gauge, which is freaking huge.
Here's my question for you.
He takes a Viagra and lets women ride on him for hours.
First of all, why did you do it? What possessed you to do it?
Dude, man, it's a good way to get tail.
Really?
Really?
You have to advertise it?
Wait a minute. Sabrina's raising her hand. Yes, Sabrina.
Did it work?
Worked.
It worked?
It hurt, but it worked. We got married.
But you said it worked.
What, do you have a sign?
So did you
got me there.
Oh, did you like it? Or you had him remove it, right?
Yes.
Now, when you've got that ring going through the penis and then through the hole, how do you, when you go to the bathroom, keep from looking like a lawn sprinkler?
That's what he said.
You had to learn to twist it the right way so you could pee, because even as you get older, you shoot in 2 different directions, but this made you almost shoot in 3 different directions, so you had to twist it the right way.
Only when you have prostate problems.
Toilet and not in your pants.
So it's just constant maintenance all the time.
Huh?
Can you tell us about the experience of getting it?
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Rob, wait a minute. First, Mark has something he wants to say. Then Rob will ask Jason a question. Yeah.
When I had my office on Fifth Avenue, downstairs next door was a deli. Above the deli was the company that called itself the Gauntlet.
Oh, yeah.
Did all the piercings. And whenever I would go in for a deli sandwich, there would be someone from the Gauntlet, and I mean, the one thing I wanted to have with my twisted mind, I wanted a big, powerful magnet. I was like, you're kidding, I was like, oh God!
I was always worried I'd set off the metal detectors in the airport and have to explain myself.
Or if they sent you in for an MRI.
Well, now as long as we're talking, this is like when we've got Rick there and Teresa in a frame, and we've got Jason and Sabrina in a frame. It kind of looks like the Newlywed Game here.
Yeah.
And,
looks like we got 12.
And like, how long have you two been married, Sabrina and Jason?
7.
7.
We've been together for 7 years, but married for
4 years.
And Rick and Teresa are newlyweds.
Yeah, it's not even a year. November will be a year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that cute?
November what?
9th.
9th.
Wow, for the second.
Now you had a question.
Yeah, I would like you to describe for us what it was like to have this procedure done.
Oh, you know why you should? I'm glad you asked that question. Is because I can watch the pained look on Patrick's face as he describes it. Go ahead.
It's already there.
Can you go through it like a little at a time and tell us what it was like?
The description is so much worse than the pain actually was. When I got it done, they ended up telling me getting your ear pierced is actually worse.
I have my ear. I have my ears.
I don't believe that for a minute.
Me either.
They take a tube, like a straw, and put it down your urethra.
Hey,
and they
let me
push
look
it out through the side.
We lost Patrick. He's actually gone to his frozen screen.
Like through the side? They push out through the side.
They just push, so there's a little bit of pressure, so they can see where the ring of the straw is. And then from the outside, they take the needle and they push it up into the straw.
Holding her ears too.
Oh my God!
It
Did they give you anything for the pain?
No. It did not hurt at all.
Yeah, it didn't hurt at all.
Getting my ear pierced when I was a kid was just as bad.
I got my ear pierced because
That was nothing.
But it was only because of a girlfriend who said to me, you know, my mother and I, we thought you'd look really great if you got your ear pierced. So I mentioned this on the radio. Next thing I know, my producer has somebody in the studio to pierce my ear. And then as my girlfriend was leaving to go to Greece for a couple of months, she said, Jim, my mother and I were talking the other day. You really look great with 2 earrings. And I told this story on the air. Next day I know there's a guy there again putting another earring in my ear. But I didn't find it that painful. You know what one of the most erotic experiences was I ever had? I had a girlfriend who wanted to get her nipple pierced. And she wanted me to go with her while she did it. And she held my hand while she did it. And for some reason, that was absolutely an erotic experience. I don't know why, but just her grabbing onto the hand and so on as it was happening, just kind of, I don't know. I'm weird. Hey, you can come back now, Patrick. You can come back.
Perfectly normal.
You can come back. We're not
Tips for sale.
Yeah, he's not like he's showing where the hole was or anything like that.
I saw his fucking hand do something.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, that's real quick.
Well, that could also mean having sex too. The hand thing.
You know what? If he would have said it like that, I would have just looked at it and said, "Oh, look."
Well, as long as we're on this piercing subject.
What did they put on the straw? Did they put any kind of lubricant?
I'm sure they put something on there because, I did have the Q-tip shoved down.
Oh, hey, all right. Come on, I told Patrick it was safe to come back. Stop it.
And you were worried about Gaza losing listeners.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. Hold on a second. How are we doing?
No, this will actually attract listeners, just not guys.
Actually, we're not doing badly tonight. Between the TV and the thing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we're doing okay actually.
Well, if you're going to stick things
so just
down
keep
there,
it up,
you may
so
as
to
well-
speak. But
you
here's
may
the thing:
just
is there anybody else here who has a tattoo that we don't know about? Rob, are you defiled in any way?
No tattoos.
Is your
just
body
a
a temple?
piercing.
Is it? I never got a tattoo because I was always told you could never get a tattoo if you were Jewish because you could never be buried in a Jewish cemetery. But I can be buried in a Gazan cemetery.
I can't decide on a painting I want to put on a wall, let alone something I'm going to wear forever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
that's going to look like a muddled mess.
Carry it around for 2 years before you ever get it done. Do it yourself.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed the whole experience. Everybody told me it was going to hurt, and it didn't hurt. I enjoyed the feeling of the
needles, right?
Yeah, but you like fire cupping too.
You know something? If we ever started in with you two people, cupping.
Is anybody going to get a Gabnet tattoo?
Oh, that'd be perfect. Yeah, we should do it.
We have to get a good logo first.
You got one already, Alex.
Well, Albert did part of it, and I did the other part of it. So.
Oh, Patrick did?
Huh?
Patrick designed the logo?
No,
There's no logo. But
the circle with the microphone and stuff like that. It says Great American Broadcast on it. That the crest, as we call it, the shield. Albert did, and then it used to be on my prep sheet every day. Only it said the Alex Bennett program, and then he did that, and then I put that on the flag and with the Gabnet, and that became our little logo. And it has served us well so far. Does Sabrina have any piercings or anything like that, or is her body a temple?
She used to have her tongue pierced and her belly button pierced, but then when we had a child, she had to take the belly button out, and then the tongue.
Because that's where the babies come.
That's
where the babies come out of.
What about these people that split their tongues?
Dude, I thought that was so cool. I wanted to do that so bad.
Oh, really?
Oh, man.
I would need 2 of those drinks that Rob is having right now if I saw one of those.
Yeah. But so she pretty much your body is pretty much only just a star, and that's it, huh? And then did you get rid of the tongue as well?
Having a child changed me completely.
What? Having a baby?
Yes.
Why? You didn't want the kid to look up at his mother and see that tongue with.
I mean, with the belly button piercing, I knew it was going to stretch out, and that wasn't going to be well.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah,
the tongue piercing, he didn't care for it either way. So
it got stuck in my
He
piercing.
didn't care for it.
They tangled, so
We had to call 911 and have them get us unstuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw hot water
No,
on
we
them.
didn't. No,
This is a
we
little
did not.
embarrassing.
Stop it.
This is probably the stupidest question I've ever asked. But Tony, you don't have any piercings or tattoos, do you?
No, my body's clean. I
What
got
do
a
you mean
vaccination. That's about it. 2 shots to the arm because he screwed up the first time. I heard.
Look at Patrick. Patrick's dying.
Poor Patrick.
This is the funniest show we've done in years, isn't it,
Yeah.
Patrick?
I swear, just having Tony on here right now, you guys should get like a drop of him saying, "Okay, fucking bye." Sounds just
We
like
can't
that
see.
fucking guy.
So Tony, you have no piercings. How about your dog? Does he have any piercings or tattoos?
Coco's only 3.5 months. She just does poop on the floor.
Oh, well,
That's
now's
about
the time to do it.
Yeah. Get a little thing.
I mean, with us
She got some chain
with us
lock,
Jews,
man.
we get circumcisions within how many days is it? Anybody remember?
It's a week, isn't it? Or 10
Mark,
days?
do you remember how many?
Couple days.
By the way, I was anybody here ever been to a bris?
Yes.
Mark, I'm sure has been to one. Rick, you've been to one.
Yep.
A bris is. Do you know what a bris is, folks?
Mm-hmm.
A bris is the circumcision. It is the circumcision ceremony. How you can have a ceremony surrounding this kind of action, I have no idea. But what they do is they get the baby really drunk first by taking a towel and soaking it in wine and letting him teethe on it until he gets drunk enough.
You don't use the Prince Albert either.
Do they really do that?
And then the bubba, the grandmother, holds the baby, right? While the moil, who is the rabbi with the knife, cuts off the tip. And then the baby cries like a stuck pig, and everybody says Mazel Tov.
And
Seinfeld
the
had a
moral
great-
saves the foreskins. He makes little wallets, and when you rub them, they turn into steamer trunks.
Right, exactly. But the thing is, no, Rob remembers the Seinfeld episode with the drunk moil.
Yeah.
You're making me nervous.
The knife doesn't actually look like a knife.
Yeah,
but I saw, it looked like a cigar cutter.
But anyway, this is my friend
Yes.
David Feldman's son was getting the treatment, and in the this is true. This is David's sense of humor. I was assigned a task, and the task was that at a bris they always have somebody read a passage from a meaningful book for the family. And so he had me read several paragraphs from Moby Dick.
It's a classic.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Just wonderful. Boy, you're getting a lot of stuff for tonight, for the rewind, aren't you?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Good show.
Yeah.
This whole show's going.
By the way, I
around.
like the game show tonight.
Thanks. I had fun doing that.
Those are some tough questions.
Yeah, but you know what? There wasn't one that didn't get answered tonight.
Uh-huh. Oh, so
I'm
there are no
happy about
left over for me to try?
Oh, I've got a ton of them.
Oh,
Got
well,
any
try a
ones
few
that
on me.
answers
Come on,
Bob Seger?
try a few on me. Because I swear that tonight we're not even going to for a moment talk about Gaza.
Gaza-free zone.
Gaza-free.
Yeah, yeah.
So let me ask you, which category? Actors and actresses, politics, political figures, rock music, sports? Which category?
I'll let the audience figure out which one.
Sports. Give them sports.
Oh, give me sports.
He's got an Emmy.
Okay. Well, wait, okay, let me try sports. Go ahead.
No sports.
Huh?
All right.
Oh,
here's sports.
Sabrina's giving the thumbs down. Yeah, sports.
All right, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in Kansas City, Missouri in 1890.
Ooh, I think I. Oh God. 1890. So that means he was playing baseball maybe in the the 20s,
Lou
late
Gehrig.
mid-teens.
Second
No,
question.
Lou,
Second
Lou,
clue.
Lou Gehrig would be too old.
Nobody knows
Too young.
that.
I played sandlot baseball as a child. I also played football, basketball at Central High School. My basketball team won the city championship, while the baseball team won the state championship.
I know, George H.W. Bush.
Keep going.
I had no particular vision of sports as a long-term profession, but rather had aspirations of a career in dentistry.
Heisman.
Nope. Number 4. I signed a contract with the Kansas City Blues of the Class A American Association, considered the best minor league in 1910.
Cy Young? I don't know.
Honus Wagner?
No.
Nobody fucking knows.
Some baseball award.
No.
Clue number 5.
This isn't Babe Ruth. It can't be.
No, it's not. A Brooklyn Dodgers scout noticed me, and the Dodgers selected me in the 1911 Rule 5 draft.
Oh, jeez almighty.
Wait a minute. Casey Stengel?
You got it. Casey Stengel.
Very good. Very good.
That was the thing. When you said the year of the Brooklyn Dodgers, I said that has to be Stengel.
Yeah, Casey.
What does he win?
He
A
wins
brand new car.
A brand new car.
A good car if we ever make money.
If we ever make money. Okay, let's take a question from, what's another topic area you people would
Actors
like?
and actresses, political figures, rock music.
Political figures.
Political figures? Okay. Let's try political figures.
Okay.
Okay.
Clue number 1. Born in 1929. Might as well throw it in.
George Bush.
Hey.
No.
Born
Number
in
2. I
1929.
began my career as a local singer and model.
Oh, is that the background music for the
Sure.
quiz? Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Meeting my number 2. I began my career as a local singer and model before meeting my husband.
Wait a minute. As a what?
I began my career as a local singer and model before meeting my husband.
Nancy
Lauren
Reagan?
Bacall.
No, this is
Barbara
political.
Bush.
Oh, this is political. Oh. I meant my
I
husband.
am not an American.
Obama. She's a trap.
Gold to my ear.
No. Clue number 4. At the request of my uncle, I returned to the city of my birth in 1950, where I worked in a music store as a singer to attract customers.
Ava Perón?
No.
Wait, this is political, and yet we're
Number
talking
5. On December 1965, my husband was elected as president, and I served as first lady.
Nancy Davis.
Nope.
Zelda Marcos.
Say again?
Melda Marcos.
Imelda Marcos.
I had that 2 questions ago.
Two clues ago.
2 clues ago.
You would have won a car if you said something.
Yeah.
See that?
I'm
They-
looking
it's
like
brand new Chevy.
I'm looking like the
Second
dumbest
time
guy
I did
here.
that tonight.
Because I keep forgetting the title of the category. Okay, let's take one from movies. What was that one?
Actors and actresses.
Actors and actresses. Come on, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
I was born in 1921 in New York.
Babe Ruth.
21.
My brother Bill was a comic book artist who drew for the Archie comic book franchise and others in the 1940s.
Whoa.
Mickey Rooney?
Bill?
Let's see, Mark should know this because he's big. comic
No,
book
I
guy.
wouldn't, but maybe Tony would, actually.
This I don't know yet.
I began acting in my teens, working with the American Theater Wing. I gained acting notability in the 1960s with my work in Broadway productions.
He was born when, did you say?
Ben Vereen, no. I got my biggest film role through an open casting call in a 1972 movie.
Al Pacino. No.
Pacino.
Dustin Hoffman. Oh.
No.
How old? When was he born? You said
1921.
Yeah.
No, that's not him.
Yeah.
I gained further fame playing a detective sergeant on a popular TV sitcom in the 70s.
what's his name?
Gotta be in Dragnet.
Ernest Borgnine. No.
What's his name?
Zimbalist Jr.?
No, I'm thinking of the guy who played Fish.
Oh, Abe Vigoda?
Abe Vigoda?
Abe Vigoda.
Yeah. He was in The Godfather, too. Is that open cast?
That's right. That was number 5. Biggest film role in 1972 in an open casting call.
He was in Barney Miller, wasn't he, too?
That's right. That's the sitcom from the 70s.
It was.
I didn't know his brother was a. Wow.
And he was in The Godfather.
Yeah. Tony, you show off.
Huh?
Said Tony, you show off.
And he was Fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fish.
But you know, he's the last guy to get offed in The Godfather.
Yeah.
You take him away in the car. Please, can't you do something for me? I've been a friend of the family all these years.
Is he the one where they say, leave the gun, take the cannolis?
No.
No, that was Clemenza.
That was
right.
Clemenza. Yeah, that's one of the greatest lines ever in movies.
I love that line.
Leave the gun.
Leave the gun, take the cannolis.
Oh, that's right. They got him. He saw it was coming. He got in the car, and then they grabbed him from behind with the rope or the.
That was the husband of
Connie's husband.
Connie's husband. But they just took him off in the car, and before he goes off in the car, he says to Robert Duvall, "Can't you do something for me?
Can't you get me off the hook for old
Can't you get me off the hook for old time's sake?" Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think between all of us, I'm sure we could recreate the entire Godfather.
I'm trying.
movie.
Do you know? I know comedians, Richard Belzer being one of them, who can recite by heart every word in The Godfather.
Yeah, Artie Lang can too.
I have one friend, Stephen Pearl, who not only can recite the entire Godfather, but all the Italian phrases in The Godfather. And he's not even Italian.
He's not even a guinea.
Talking about comedians, did you know that Erwin Corey was 100 years old today?
Wait a minute. He's still alive?
Yeah, he's 100 years old today.
You know, you may not believe this, but I've actually seen this guy fucking.
Horrible thought.
No, I'm not kidding you. I used to go to these. They used to have these swingers parties in New York, and I would just go to them for the baloney. And I went into this one room, and who's on the floor getting blown but Erwin Corey? It was a horrible sight.
You should see a picture of him now.
It informed my future sexual career. What?
You should see a picture of him now.
Yeah.
I'll tell you though, very funny man. I saw his act back in the 50s when he's playing like the Hungry Eye in San Francisco. That was one of the funniest acts I've ever seen in show business.
I carpeted the Hungry Eye.
Did you carpet the Hungry Eye?
Yes, I did.
Very good. You've carpeted most of San Francisco.
Well, most of Broadway.
Yeah. Why you never called your company the Carpet Muncher, I have no idea. God, this is a ridiculous night, isn't it?
So, Phil, have you actually carpeted like famous people's homes and?
Yeah, who's the most famous person you carpeted?
Maybe Alex Bennett. No, the most famous. You know, I don't know.
You did the carpeting for me in New York, right?
No, I think I did it in one of the Sausalito or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Or I fixed something for you. Talking about New York, I was in your apartment in New York.
What is that sound?
It's an airplane.
Oh, I thought somebody
by.
Here was using a vibrator, and I wasn't going to suggest it.
You were talking about Naomi. I actually met her one morning when I was 18 years old. And if you touch your shoulder, that's where I think her legs started, and then went to the floor. And then there was blonde hair above that.
No, she wasn't that tall. She was short.
She looked tall. Well,
she had a tall stance, but I think she was only like about 5'3". She wasn't tall at all.
I think when I met her, she was wearing shorts about.
Maybe the reason her legs went around up to your shoulder is because that's where they usually wound up.
And that with me, all I did was watch. I was 18.
Yeah. She was. You can still see a picture of her with me, if you get an old copy of the album, The National Lampoon Radio Dinner.
That's right.
And there's a picture of me and her on the inside. It was a fold out.
Oh.
Yeah.
You had hair then too.
Go down to here.
Yeah.
Right about where her legs started.
Yeah.
But okay, I got another question there, Rob.
Plenty of them.
He's full of them.
You're full of them.
Now, do you write these questions, or do you have a place where you get them from?
No, I write them.
Really?
Unbelievable.
Wow. Yeah. These are good.
Which category?
Which category? Let's try movies again. Oh, what were you going to say, Sabrina? What you had?
I said it.
What?
Say again?
I said the only category nobody asked in the last show, and this one is rock and roll.
Okay, rock and roll.
Music, yeah.
Rock music. Okay. Here's one that's
Dwayne Allman.
Okay. All right. I was born in 1946, and I have been recording music for over 20. Well, I guess it's going to be long. No, I've been recording music for over 20 years.
Oh, well,
It's longer than that now. It's longer than that now because this is one of my older questions. Born in 1946, and I can tell you she's been recording music a lot more than 20 years.
Oh, okay.
So, and I also gave you a hint, didn't I?
she. We just got a hint he didn't want to give there. She.
George H.W. Bush.
My first top 20 hit was in 1967.
Oh, Nancy Sinatra?
Wow, she's been recording for over 20 years?
I think so.
He's way over.
Paid for walking. What else did she do? My career was
I'll tell you a little trivia before we get to your next question about this mythical human being that you're trying to describe. Nancy Sinatra, Frank Sinatra, in his entire career, never had a gold record. Do you know that?
Really?
Never had a #1 hit. All right.
Not even Strangers in the Night?
Nope. Never had a #1 hit. Until he worked with Nancy on Something Stupid, and it went to #1.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That was the only #1 hit he ever had.
Wow.
Yeah.
Things you learn.
Okay.
So back to this number 4. My career was basically put on hold from 1967 till 1972. I toured Europe in 1976.
I go
Tula
walking after midnight.
I don't know. I'm just
No,
for
she's
some
dead.
strange
She's
reason
dead.
I'm
She's still alive?
I'm thinking Stevie Nicks.
No.
Tina Turner.
No. I won my second Grammy in 1976.
Barbara Streisand?
No.
No, she's a lot older than that.
She was born in 1909.
Huh?
In 1978, I had an album go platinum.
Aretha.
Olivia Newton-John?
Aretha Franklin, she said?
Nope, not Aretha.
Not Olivia Newton-John.
Not Olivia.
Too young.
Donna
This is going to be
What are we
the
going to do?
giveaway
Name
clue.
every female singer in history?
This is going to be the giveaway clue right here. In 1980, I was in the Broadway play The Pirates of Penzance.
Oh, of course, it's Linda Ronstadt.
You said that.
Oh.
I said that a while ago.
I said that a while ago.
Did you
Sorry,
really?
here-
Well, you
Yeah.
should have shouted louder.
With what clue?
You're not sitting close enough.
With
God,
what
did-
clue?
No Chevrolet
God,
for you.
Did I have
I didn't hear.
Did I have a crush on her?
He did
Oh,
say
she was beautiful.
I knew her a bit, and one time when we were in Washington with a demonstration or something, she was somewhere and she looked over and she said, "Alex," and my heart just
Wow.
skipped a beat. I mean, she was adorable. But have you seen her lately?
Oh, yeah, she's a mess.
Was she
Yeah.
the one that dated Jerry Brown?
Yep.
Yep.
She
And
just
George
received an award
and
yesterday.
George Lucas.
She a major.
He had a crush on her.
She can't sing anymore.
Yeah, she had Parkinson's.
She has
Yeah.
Parkinson's.
What was
and she
the
just got a
award she-
Medal of Honor from the president.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
The only
From-
thing he did
from-
right all week, But she looks. It's kind of sad in a way.
Yeah, it is.
Well, you know. she's
Because
pretty
she
old.
was
She's not
adorable.
that old.
Huh?
She was born in 1946. She's 11 years older than me. She's 68. Okay, so she's 68, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But it's just sad she can't sing anymore. She was also a good singer too.
She was a beautiful singer.
Although when she did,
She did the Nelson Riddle stuff.
Yeah, and she also did Canciones de mi Padre.
But she also did an Elvis Costello song. What was it? Can't remember now.
Elvis Costello?
Yeah, she did an Elvis Costello song, and he asked her to pull it back and not release it anymore because he didn't want to hear her sing it.
Huh, that's weird.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember which song it was. It was a big hit for her, actually.
What year do you remember?
No, don't remember. She was. Oh, you know who's releasing an album? This one I'm waiting for. This is going to be the best album ever. Okay, and I've heard a couple of like moments from it. But next month they're releasing Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett doing jazz.
Wow.
Now I don't know if you've ever heard Gaga do jazz, but man, she shouldn't be doing this rock bullshit.
I agree.
She's too good for it.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Somebody's raising their hand. Do I see Jason? Did you raise your hand?
No, just untwisting my my earplugs.
I did some. But anyway, where were we? Oh yeah. So that was the. I'm waiting for that album. That's going to be just sensational.
Unfortunately, I think Tony Bennett is finally starting to lose his voice.
Well, I think he lost it a long time ago, but he kind of says his stuff pretty well.
Yeah, he was able to pull it off, unlike
he can still phrase, and that's what he does. He doesn't really try to belt out a note. But hey, you know, it's gonna go someday. You know, it's not like an instrument that gets better with age.
I mean, he's born in 1926. He's no child.
Yeah.
He's doing pretty well.
When was he born?
1926.
85.
86,
yeah.
right? 80, something like that.
Yeah.
88.
But I'm still looking forward to it because she is so good. And people don't realize how good she is. She did this special for ABC, and a good 50% of it was jazz, and it was really, really terrific.
She one morning had sat at a piano in Howard's studio and did just acoustic piano and her singing with some of her hits.
Yeah.
The songs were completely different. You would just
fantastic.
I hated her songs until I heard these, and I was like,
yeah,
oh,
she can sing. Yeah, she's got it.
Sing.
And
that's with the name though. This Gaga name. It's
she's got some kind of artsy-fartsy thing going on.
What I used to get from my wife was, why does Lady Gaga have to dress so silly? You know, it just demeans her because she's so good as a singer. She doesn't need that. And I said, it's like the story with the mule. And a guy saying the way you train your mule is with love and kindness. And as he's saying that, the mule stops pulling the wagon, at which point the guy gets out of the wagon, takes a baseball bat from the back of the wagon, and hits the mule right between the eyes. Gets back into the wagon, and the guy says to him, well, I thought you said you treat him with love and kindness. He said, yeah, but first you got to get their attention. Well, that's pretty much the story with Lady Gaga. I mean, first you got to get their attention, and she was very good at that.
Yeah.
And now the question is, can she turn it around and have the career she really wanted, rather than the one that was handed to her because she had to get their attention? You know?
She's got enough money now. She doesn't have to worry necessarily about making money, so she could get away from doing the pressure stuff, to make cash.
Yeah. And wearing meat and things like that.
Yeah, and also, she's not getting any younger. She's gonna, those sexy looks of hers aren't gonna last forever, and she's gonna need.
That's what I say about
jazz
myself
as a staple for her in her later years.
Yeah. So, how many kids do you have, Sabrina and Jason? It sounds like it's one, right?
Just one. Yeah.
Do you want any more?
No, I got snipped.
You got snipped?
Yeah.
Wasn't that thing in your dick enough of a deterrent? I mean,
didn't it take care of it?
I think once you go through that, a snip is nothing.
You see, what you could have done is, instead of wearing a condom, is just put a bucket on that thing.
Hey, whatever.
You still with us, Patrick?
Whatever happened to Mr. Lifto? Remember him?
Mr.
guy
Lifto,
who
I don't want to
stuff
do. I don't want to do that to Patrick tonight. I really
know,
don't.
but it was going so good. We were almost there. His head was almost going to explode. I just
I
wanted to
knew
finish
I
the
had
job.
Mr. Lifto in my studio in
Yeah.
San Francisco.
Mhm.
Mr. Lifto had a Prince Albert,
Yeah.
and then he used to lift, 50-pound weights with his dick. Oh, wait a
Oh,
minute.
my
There we
goodness.
lost Patrick again. He froze.
See, we had a radio station, a talk radio station, that had people coming out doing their little special things that they could do.
Yeah.
I almost thought about doing that, and like taking a case of beer and having a sock over my area,
Yeah.
and then tying a cord to a case of beer and like dragging it across the stage.
You know, we're never getting Patrick back. He's now
Why do you wanna
smashing his
do that?
computer. You realize that. What were you saying?
He's looking for a case of beer.
Maybe.
I'm just thinking.
No, but
of
I
what-
had this guy from the Jim Rose Circus, and the sideshow circus, and he was called Mr. Lifto, and that's exactly what he did. I also had the Enigma. He brought the Enigma by, who wound up on the X-Files. He's the guy with tattooed with like what looks like a puzzle pieces all over his body. Some very strange people, some very strange acts, and I put them on radio. And everybody said, you can't do that on radio, but I had a studio audience. When Mr. Lifto came on, they were all going, oh, and it really worked.
Yeah, the reaction.
You did things on radio that nobody else did. I once brought you a woman that was a bodybuilder, and you actually hand wrestled her on the air. Arm wrestled
I
her.
think that lasted about a minute and a half, didn't it?
Yeah, but it went over. It was a great spot.
Well, the first time I ever learned that you could do that kind of thing was I was doing a show here in New York, and an illusionist came to me and said, "Can I come on your show?" And I said, "Why? It's a radio show." And then I thought about it for a second. I said, "Absolutely. Let's see how a magic act works on radio." And believe it or not, it absolutely did.
Yeah.
And I would kind of be describing what was going on, and at one point. I don't know if I got time to tell the story quickly. I was at ABC. We were on the 8th floor of the building, and he had this thing, this theatrical smoke that would explode. He had this ball, and the ball would explode, and theatrical smoke would be released. And to begin with, the shock of it knocked him out because he was in a soundproof room, and the sound just came back to him. But the next morning, I hear they had a big fire alarm. Seemed all this theatrical smoke, which is really grease in a way, got up through the vents and went into the top offices and got into the president of ABC's office, and they thought it was on fire. Oh, anyway.
Did you lose that job too?
Yeah, I did. I did. I lose jobs. I lose them a lot, Hey, listen, we've run out of time here. Boy, and
great show.
Huh? Good show. And didn't say a word about anything.
Politics.
No
politics.
Rings through dicks and whiskers on
We'll
kittens.
see. Maybe this is the way to go.
Hey, Josh.
Yeah,
we love you, but there was no meat for you here.
Nope, not today.
On Saturdays, he gets his meat.
Tomorrow night they'll be doing their show
Fresh
privately.
Patrick gives him his meat.
Thanks, Phil. Thanks, Patrick. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Rick. Thanks, Rob, as always. And don't forget to listen to his rewinds over the weekend. Sabrina and Jason, it's wonderful to see you. Sabrina, come back anytime. Jason, if you want to, okay. And because she, especially on TV night, she makes the place look classy. And Tony, thanks for staying there, even though your picture's been whirling around for hours now.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Hey, and thanks to Jim, and was there anybody else? And Christine for letting me hang up on her. We'll see you all on Monday, I guess. Thank you for making me have a good night tonight.
Hey.
Yep, bye-bye.
A lot of fun.
I'm Alex Bennett. We'll see you again tomorrow, or Monday, same time, same station in life. And if you see her, tell her I love her, okay? By the way, Revelstoke Jim is next.